What's going on, everyone? Again, today we have a very, very special episode. Got our very first guest, and he's a close friend of both of ours. I think we have a very interesting topic, a couple of topics actually, and I think what we're gonna start it off as is first, if you all have not heard, a great rest in peace to a king, a true one, a real one. Mr. Chadwick Boseman did pass away today, August 28th, to colon cancer. So big shout out to him and his family. Prayers out to every one of them. And so, to start off now, this is our homie Terrell. Terrell, you can take it away. Introduce yourself. Let the people know who you are.
My name's Terrell. I was born in LA. Moved out here when I was 10. So pretty much been out here for like 15 years now. Met Darius in middle school, and I met nigga Kwaku Kiwi over here. I met this nigga actually playing video games, talking shit online before I even met homie. So
Xbox days, right?
Yeah, Xbox days. You feel me?
Trolling on people.
Real men when we was already kids, bro. That's a whole different story people say on there, but yeah. So been playing football pretty much my whole life, and now I was on to new ventures in audio engineering and legal cannabis. So we'll see what life takes me.
Respect.
What's up, man? Definitely.
So, yeah,
for sure.
And so, have you seen any of our videos? It's okay if you haven't. Have you seen our prior videos?
I haven't. You didn't send me no links.
We can have YouTube on that phone.
You didn't tell me it was on YouTube.
We can't just reach out to each individual person. That's not how it works.
You talk to me every day.
That's the grind that we gotta be on though. At that point,
You talk to me every day.
Yeah.
No, you're right. I was sleeping on that. And I apologize. I'm gonna go ahead and start hitting you up. Like you can be doing research too, fam. You be doing research too.
Alright,
You be on Instagram as
My
well.
bad.
I'm gonna go ahead and give it to you straight.
I'm gonna watch when I get home.
So I guess first thing that I want to see from your perspective is, so what we've gone over in the past is pretty much what it's like being black, just from our own kind of relative standards. You know, we're all brothers, and different shades of black clearly, and we've all gone through different stuff. But like, I want to know if kind of you've gone through that black stereotype discrimination that's been going on today. Do you have anything that's happened to you in the past?
Boy.
I think I remember seeing something that you said.
Just recently, man. Just last month, man. I was going to a job interview and I got pulled over by a cop, and he, took me out my car, asked me for my ID, searched all my stuff, just looking for something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wound up missing my job interview and I didn't get the job. You know what I'm saying? Just because he was looking for something at 8:30 in the morning. You feel me? Like, it's not my first time, but it's like, what's the point? Like, you just wasted all that time thinking I had something because I fit the description.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you could really be handling something else.
See, and it's bullshit like that. They try and find a way that they can put their hand in our shit and say, all right, I'm going to control your life now.
And like, they try to like antagonize you a little bit so you do pop off, so they have a reason to do something.
Yeah.
And at that point, it's correct that there's a direct correlation now. It affects your career and it impacts you personally as well. How it keeps you nowadays. It's just like how people are definitely coming at you. For what reason? He just gonna pull you over and antagonize you like we were saying.
Just because he thinks there's something there.
Yeah. And so it's very interesting you say that, though, is, they try and find a way to control everything. That there's a lot of that's relevant today, and especially today with elections coming up, everything that's gone on with voting, registration, everything that's going on with ballots, all the voter suppression that's going on. And Kiwi, I know you mentioned that you've talked to people about it, and we've had our minor discussions. So what have you got to say on the matter?
Personally, when it comes to voter suppression, I feel like it's kind of a crazy topic. I was talking to Tori about it. You even see the USPS boxes at this point. They're getting picked up from certain neighborhoods. If anything, I would say less suburban neighborhoods. More and more, I guess, like, I don't know if it's inner city or
like poverty-stricken places.
Exactly. So people like, of black and like Latinx, ethnicity is definitely have to venture far.
Even the poor white people too, man.
Yeah. Who actually have a lot to say about what's going on in the future election. Of course, everyone has the right to vote. They go ahead and be able to have those same resources. For them to go ahead and have to go those means because of these restrictions, i.e. the boxes being taken away, it's making it definitely difficult, whether or not the election turns out in who's favor, there's always an opportunity now to go ahead and request a permit or recall because it didn't occur properly because those rules weren't met, and it's definitely kind of, it's a scary tactic to see put in place.
Yeah.
I mean, you call it smart,
It's strategically smart, but it's messed up. It's messed up. I see what he's trying to do, but it's messed up. Like, humanely, it's messed up. It's not cool.
It is. And they're just, that's all it is, I look at it, the fact of all the Republicans and the Trump administration, I mean, they're scared. And, I know either way, we're screwed with either candidate. It doesn't matter. But they're definitely scared because they know and they see it now, all the power that they have, all the influence they've had, that all this chaos in the world, I know there's a deep down part of them that they're proud of everything that's going on because they're able to say, oh yeah, we took credit for this because as soon as we came into office, we said we were making things right. And I know that's what they're trying to do, is they're trying to keep their position in office right now.
Yeah.
And they're seeing, all right, these primaries are coming, they just happened coming up.
Yeah.
And how are we going to make sure we have the upper hand in this? So, there you go. The U.S. Postal Service, that's how they know.
Because he knows he's going to lose, so he's taking it to the extreme.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's so many other tactics that come into that as well. That definitely tucks into now you're making people go actually in person to the actual ballot box.
And with COVID, a lot of people aren't going to want to do that.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do that. Who can actually go ahead and actually...
Like people with asthma, people with MS, elderly people.
This whole demographic just wiped out right there, to go ahead and just say, okay, well now we can go ahead and tip the scales a little bit more in our favor of these specific demographic, these locales, principals, it's crazy.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
even the Ravens organization, the football organization, they even sent out like their own kind of message that they want to offer tips and advice for people who do want to vote and who feel like their vote isn't going to count or that their vote isn't going to be known. They have their own resources that they're giving. So I definitely commend them for that.
Yeah.
Because they even said, here's this option if you want to do this. They gave a separate website link if they want to do that. They gave separate drop-off areas.
Yeah.
So
and stuff like that's important because, it's not just the Ravens, other organizations, but they have such a huge platform to do it.
They do.
It's like, why not?
Yeah.
It's like, me and you, we can only do so much, but if the Cardinals did something, they could tap in with the whole state.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's smart and it's helpful that when they do stuff like that,
And it's funny, it's funny too because I was just having a conversation with a coworker of mine, and he was saying the same thing. He was saying how he could voice his opinion on a matter, and it obviously doesn't get known because he doesn't have a wide enough basis to go off of.
Yeah. Right.
Whereas, say an actor or actress does the same exact thing, they have a wider platform to get that out of, and then people start.
And more people are going to listen because they favor them. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
At that point, it's a bias, but if you know you have a bias, you look to your advantage in a helpful, universal national.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's also going to tie hand in hand with everything that is going on with the sporting world right now, and how MLB, NHL, NBA, WNBA, MLS, they've all boycotted their games. So, what does that speak? That speaks volumes in itself.
Exactly.
And that's not even a fact of, they're just doing that just because. No. They clearly voiced their opinions earlier that nobody wanted to listen to. So now they have to redo it to get everybody talking again and actually realize, this stuff's not going away.
It's recurring.
So what are we going to do now?
Right.
First of all, vote early. Definitely. If you do get your ballot, just knock that out as soon as possible.
Facts.
Go ahead and take care of that with any sort of issue whatsoever. Do as much as you can to go ahead and provide.
Y'all better vote.
There it is. Take care of business and handle
Vote.
your civic duties. Get engaged. We don't know how. Definitely check our pages out. We'll be going ahead and pump information out for sure. Please go ahead and tap in as much as possible. Spread the word, spread the message. But definitely touching back on sports. Crazy how professionals definitely now are witnessing things and stand up. Either whether it's a check, you know, a pay decrease, like going to Zion Williams.
Yeah.
Even with the COVID pandemic, the owner of the Pelicans had the option to go ahead and at least take care of some sort of management, you know, employees or administration.
He did.
And this player, 19, straight into the league, is taking care of the salaries of workers within the arena themselves. Like, you gotta do better. You know, I go back to the platform. What kind of example you're setting?
Yeah,
These
it
kids,
shouldn't
to the
be
rest of
like
the team.
Yeah.
It's pretty disappointing, personally. I'm sure you guys can touch base on that as well with other players like LeBron. Like when we go back to, excuse me, I'm talking about NBA. Like LeBron, definitely CP3. When he's the president of basketball organizations.
Association, yeah.
Yeah, so he definitely has a say in that. I heard they touched and they reached out to Obama to go ahead and see what they could do to go ahead and at least implement some sort of different tactics or alternatives, you know, to get a message out.
Yeah.
And it's smart that, you know, they're putting their minds together to do things peacefully, but yet enough to the point where it's going to get, you know, a lot of attention.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just the whole point of it. They're just trying to just get the point across so people pay attention. And, you know, people that don't know about it, you know, that do watch sports or something, they're going to be like, oh, why didn't this happen today? And go ahead and Google it and be like, oh, snap. And it just opens a can of worms for somebody who have no idea.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised, man. Like, today is kind of different. Like, a lot of more people know, but, like, I would say maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, you'd be surprised, like, how people did not really understand what was going on to, like, you know, brothers like us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I would talk to my white friends, and they would be like, really? That shit really happens to you? And I'm all like, yeah, dog. Like, believe it or not, like, just because you're not like that doesn't mean somebody else, like, is going to be like that. You feel me? Like,
that's where the white privilege comes into play. Is they trying to say, "Oh, I didn't know." But damn right you didn't know.
Of course.
What happened to you? You know? Understand that you don't understand. You know, at least learn to learn.
Exactly.
It's just, I think, with everything that's gone on, I still don't understand how people are still so close-minded. Like, how they're still only looking at it one way. Because you've seen all these colleges that have voiced their opinions that they stand with the Black Lives Matter movement, and even on social media, it's been publicly known. And then you scroll through the comments, and you see just everybody just tearing into the college. I saw one comment that said, "I was a season ticket owner, and now I'm not even going to go to a single game because you just did this." And I'm like, so you don't want them to stand for change. You don't want to accept the fact that you're ignoring a global issue that has been happening for hundreds of years, and you just want to publicly make it known that you're going to ignore that. You want to ignore that.
Well, it's because people are all like, oh, Black Lives Matter, or like White Lives Matter. And it's like, people don't understand. It's like, it's not about that. We're not saying only Black Lives Matter. All lives matter, but like right now, Black Lives Matter, we need help. So like, you got to help us.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, everybody matters. We know that. We all, trust me, we all know that. You guys, any black person, everybody matters. But right now, we're at the bottom of the barrel and we need fucking help. So Black Lives Matter until we are treated equal. And then, you know what I'm saying? All lives matter.
Yeah. Because there's statistical evidence that's right there that says black people are clearly at a disadvantage. Black people are more likely than any other race to get searched for no damn reason whatsoever. Black people are more at risk to be stopped. Black people are more at risk to drop out of school. Like,
that's like
everything
to get
is
that
there.
job. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, yeah.
Not even get the job, get the interview. Like,
well, you know what's crazy? On my resume, when you look at my resume, you know, my name is Terrell, but when people see my name on my resume, they're gonna think Terrell.
yeah.
Right? Man, I kid you not, I applied to like hundreds of jobs and wasn't getting nothing back. So I took my name off of there and I just put T Harris. So you couldn't think, you know, they put their own name or whatever. Dude, I'm telling you, in the first week I had like 15 interviews, bro.
That's the crazy thing. Like,
just because I just put my name from Terrell to T.
Yeah.
They see Terrell Harris and they're all like, oh, black dude, next.
I mean, it's sad.
Nothing else.
It's definitely tragic, but I mean, yeah, that's what it is. That's the reality that we live in, unfortunately. And you know, even when it comes to people even trying to make a joke and they want to reference a black person, they'll use the most black and discriminative name, like Shaniqua,
Right.
Traquan.
Yeah.
Like, all right, like there can clearly be a black guy named Bill. So,
Shit, like, my grandma's name was Bill. Shit.
Too much at that point, you know.
yeah, like
Yeah.
we're gonna go so ethnic.
Now we know
Like,
what you
damn.
really think, you know, of everyone like that. Like,
Exactly.
He's solidified within these walls and these barriers are holding people when they come to this, you know, confined space. That's fucked up.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
And I see your perspective, you know, I see how you see and envision us if you're going ahead and putting those actions out there. And I'm
Yeah.
not subconscious, so you're fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you know what you know, so I'm gonna tell you right quick.
You know, it all goes back to the protests. Like, you know, I understand people didn't really agree with how some people protested across the country, but if that's the only thing that you're talking about and you're not talking about why people are protesting, you're like part of the problem.
Yeah.
Like, why are you talking about the way people are protesting when they're protesting because unarmed black people keep getting killed? Like, that's the big picture. Yes, I get some people, they shouldn't be destroying businesses and stuff like that. I get that. But all that stuff can be replaced.
Yeah.
A black man's life can't just be replaced like that.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? All these businesses, buildings, I get it. People lose their stuff. It's heartbreaking. But if you got insurance, you're going to get it all back.
Equity, yeah.
So, like, please stop worrying about that right now. We need to worry about how the cops are getting trained. It shouldn't take 8 weeks for somebody to be a certified cop. Like,
The state
that's
issued
not cool. That's not long enough. When lawyers have to go to school for 8 years
Mhm.
to be certified, but you tell me a cop only takes 8 weeks to learn just about like the basic stuff a lawyer needs to know? Come on, man.
And hold the weapon.
And no combat training. Like, come on, man. That doesn't make any sense. Like, they need a psych
I
eval.
was gonna say,
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
put them in different scenarios and stuff like that. Like,
how they feel under
you
pressure.
can't just put a pass just because you need numbers. Like, you got to have the right people on the job so they can make a change within the community as well.
At that point, they're so overly funded. It's like this money could be going to different portions of the state.
I wouldn't say defund the police, but demilitarize them, bro.
They don't have to be that excessive.
You don't need to be having armored trucks and all that
Yesterday,
stuff.
or the day before, we went to the protest, bro.